Okay, Easter Sunday 2017, Chevy C20 made in California in 1977. So this is made after the installation of the heater fan. Looking at the list, in this clip I'd like to I hope to secure the tray, just make sure that the tray is secure. In other words, just check it. There's a seat, so I've got two seats, and there's a seat in the middle, and the back of it bangs against the rear of the cabin. I'd like to oil the hinges, because apparently this model has got a problem where the hinges seize up and you get a crease in the middle of your hood. And I'd also like to do something about the rust behind the front bumper. So I think I'll go from easy to hard. I'll start with oiling the hinges and then the seat noise. Okay, so they're swivel points, and then there's two swivel points underneath. And then this supporting bar underneath, that also moves, and that's the swivel point down there. So coming around, then that's the main swivel point there, and the two behind. So apparently when they seize up, there's this point, this creased point here from the factory, and that's where the brake begins. So you can see it, that's the front there, and that's above the crease, that first one there. Waiting for that to be able to see that. Anyway, that's it there, and down there. That's the left hand side, the other one was the right hand side, so it's just another view. They're installed there with that bracket there, and there'll also be that bracket there to oil, so I'll get to it. I'm thinking the best way is CRC, or some sort of penetrating oil up the top there, and motor oil down the bottom. So we'll get a before and after. This is a video of the right hand sized hinge seized up. Okay, so I've oiled up the top on both swivel points. The main area is sort of along the inside of this arm here. So then you pick up on that one, the other one, and the main hinge down there. Another fairly important one is behind this spring here. The spring actually moves on the back of this curve, so I've just oiled underneath. I might even put some grease there, and also I've oiled around the front there. Okay, so yeah, and I've got some drop sheets and just picking up on the oil dripping down there, and now I'll do that on the other side and we'll see how it goes. Okay, so that's it. All the swivel points are oiled, and I've also got some fuel and paper, and you know, cleaned all the oil, excess oil off, so should be good to go. Okay, oh, by the way, this door had an electric motor, and the whole window regulator fell off inside the door, and I replaced that with a manual one, which I'm very, very happy with. It's just the installation of this. I had to grind off the edge of the window regulator. I wasn't too confident about that, but as a whole it does work, and this you don't bump your knee on this. If this came out another 10-15 mil, you would bump your knee, so I suppose it's pretty good. I meant to say that if you're interested in those videos, you want to go to my channel and try searching, you know, left-hand window regulator install. Okay, so this is the seat in between the two seats, so that's the layout, and this folds back to give you a third seat. However, this makes a knocking noise when you're driving along, so I got to the I found out what that was. So there's just a lever here, pull that forward, and this folds down. So what's happened is in time, this it's just a compartment there. In time this has come off. It's fairly strong, very strong stuff, and it's straightened out. Probably see there, and it's missing on the other side here, and you can see a bump mark here, or a wear mark, where it's been banging against the metal there of the back of the cab. So yes, that turns out to be a dent from the wood continuously knocking up against it, and it's actually, it's not too bad actually. It's not as bad as it looks. It is dished, but very, very slightly. Okay, so what the plan is to get some silicone here and just nail the edges in, nail that down there, and it's also come away at the back there, and just to silicone and nail them in, and I'll put a silicone stick on, you know, protector there, edge protector. Anyone involved in the trades, interesting to note that this is a very early MDF board, so this is 77, so it's been around for a fair while. Okay, it's all good now. So I've put silicone underneath the plastic strip. I've got a nail there, and around the front there. The back is also silicone in that in the groove. Just bring the light around. So yeah, the back is siliconed along the back edge, and I've got two nails holding the plastic strip. I assume that plastic was joined there, so it just goes to show how much it's shrunk. So yeah, it's as I said, it's missing the plastic strip, and so I've just put one of those silicone glue on pads there. Come from that packet. You just peel them off and stick them on. So now when we put the seat back, it's just a little bit of thumping, which you'd expect, but it's nothing like what it was. And when you're driving along, it's probably may not get much noise. There is a bit of drumming, but it seems like the designers definitely got it right when they installed this plastic strip, so I've always got the option of putting that back on the other side. Should be able to find it in a hardware store. Okay, the next job is just to check and make sure that the tray is properly mounted to the truck frame. So I know from previous experience that these trucks do have a fair amount of flex in them. I went to inspect a either a 73 or a 77 step side pickup, and when I moved the back, there was an exceptional amount of you could rock the tray, could rock the back, and it would actually rock in opposite to the cab. So I know that these frames do flex a lot. Yeah, well, the tray looks good underneath. So what I'll do is I'll just show the contact points between the frame and the tray. There's three. One's at the back, and there's a major connection in the middle, and a couple at the front on either side. Okay, underneath the truck, coming back to the rear, and right at the back, there's the bumper bar there, and there's a connection there with that bolt, and on the other side. There's two possible connection points here, but I don't think they've ever put a bolt in that. It may have had once, it's sort of hard to tell. Yeah, in fact they have had, you can see the washer, somebody's removed it and haven't put it back. Okay, next we'll go down there to that major connection in the middle. Okay, this is the major connection. These are actually big rivets, and you can see there's the frame going through, and it's riveted on the bottom and on the top. That runs right through, and it's connected to the tray. So I'll just pan through, and it's the same on the other side there. Okay, so there's the back of the gearbox. We've got this a bolt, and that's that gap there. That's the end of the tray. That's the front of the tray, and we've got a bolt there and a bolt on the other side. That's right hand side, and that's left. While I'm here, there's the cab mount. That looks okay, but when I come up the top there, you can see it's all perforated and cracked. On the other side, it's easier to show. So that's the bottom one. That's pretty good. But that one's the same. It's all cracked. There's a big RSJ going across at the back of the cab for the back of the cab support. That's the back of the cab there. I've got the left hand side fuel tank. That's not wide, but it's long. There's one on the other side. Same story. The right hand side is the spare, and that's a solenoid to open up the fuel line. That's not working on this truck. Then you've got your mufflers. Exhaust runs down, got a support or a joint going across there. That's the leaf springs. That's the other side. That side's actually higher. Yeah, that side's higher, and this side's lower. The tray hangs down lower on the wheel, so it could be a worn out leaf spring, or this side leaf spring is just needs to be renewed. Okay, the measurement on the left side from the floor to the underneath of the mudguard there is 880 or 34 3/4. On the right hand side, again from the floor to the edge here, is 905 or 35 3/4. So it's really, you know, it's only 25 millimeters or 1 inch. So it's probably not even worth worrying about. Okay, so I now know why the bolt's been left out. Both sides of this is, you know, you can't reach in to get a nut or a bolt in there. So that's the reason why. And there's no thread in there, so you can't get a bolt in there. Okay, the next job and the last job for today is I've got to pull this bumper bar off, and I noticed a lot of rust in behind there. So I'll just pull the bumper bar off and just take care of any rust. Getting back to that the tray mount, the missing tray mount, the second bolt in. I've got a light underneath the truck, and you can, excuse me, you can see it there. So that's the type of setup. It's a rounded top bolt that goes through, sits in that gap there, and you put a bolt underneath. Okay, so that's what I need. I'll go and buy 2 new bolts, the same length as that, the same top. So that just goes in there, drops through, and put the nut on, and that's it. So we're underneath the car, looking at the inside of the bull bar or bumper bar, and you can see the exceptional amount of rust there. There's a bit of it on the main frame, but only where the oil runs dry. There's another bolt missing there. That there, that's actually supposed to have a bolt through it. So that connects with the nut up the top there. But it's been left out on the bottom. Okay, that's it. I'm stoked. I've had a fantastic day. It's still fairly early. If you found this video entertaining, please like and subscribe.